Well, hi folks, 23rd of April now, so it's a bit late, but I'm just going to start putting my potatoes in the pots now, start planting them in the pots. So this year I'm growing in nothing but sand and Molehill soil mix 50-50, so I'm not spent a penny on compost this year. I did a test last year, just a bit of a trial run, and I got a better yield actually growing it in this stuff than growing it in the compost that I paid a fortune for. So I'm going to do them all in this year, because it's free, and if you get a better yield then you can't go wrong. So these are the spuds I'm going to be planting today. I've got 3 different varieties. I've got Nicola, second early new potato, Jazzy, which is a new one on me. Apparently that's another waxy new potato that produces lots and lots, I mean sometimes up to 70 to 80 tubers per plant, and they're quite a nice shape, sort of elongated. So I'm going to try it, like I said, I'm trying those for the first time. And then I've got my Blue Danube, Sarpo Blue Danube, which I just grow specifically for Christmas, for roast potatoes and chips, because of the driest potato out there. They're not much use for much else because they're so powdery, but they make the world's best roast potatoes. So that's the 3 varieties I'm going to be growing. So like I said, my weapon of choice again is just a 30-litre pot. Plenty of drainage holes in the bottom, so I'll just show you how we do it. It might take a little bit longer because this stuff's quite heavy. So all I do is just fill a pot about maybe halfway up or so with this stuff, or maybe a third of the way possibly, because I'm not going to fill the pot right to the top. I'm just going to put small handful of blood fishing bone in, and then I'm also growing using this fertiliser this year, which is called Spuds Galore, which is specifically for potatoes. It's very high potash, so it's 15-9-20, so it's got an awful lot of potash in it, which is good for bulking things out. Because it's very strong, I'm not going to put a lot of this in at all, so maybe like a tablespoon, if that. Just going to add that in. I'm going to sit down because I've got a sore foot, so and all I'm going to do with this is just give this a thorough mix in, mix all the soil with the fertiliser. So it's all nicely mixed up, like so. And then with the new potatoes, I'm going to put 3 in each pot. So I'm going to plant these, try and get it there, to within about, I'll just make a hole and push them to within about maybe an inch of the bottom, like so. Just space them out. These are Nicola, weren't they? So they're nearly at the bottom. And then put some more of this compost in, or soil and sand. I'm going to fill it up probably about 2/3, 3/4 of the way. I always like to leave a little bit at the top just in case there's any frost about when the leaves start emerging, and then you can just cover it up with soil, stop them getting frosted off. So I think that's about right. And again, another little handful of blood fishing bone, a little pinch of this stuff. Give that a good mixing in. And really that's about it. So you see I've filled it up about 2/3 full. So when it grows out of the top, when the leaves start to come up, I'll just slowly top the pot up. Now I used to do it, fill it right to the top straight away, but sometimes when you do get a late frost it can cause you a bit of trouble. But to be honest, it's exactly the same with the main crop. Again, handful of blood fishing bone, pinch of this stuff. Give it a good mix. So I'm not going to be planting these. I used to plant them, I've always planted them on the beds so that the roots can grow out of the bottom and into the soil. But I just grew my test pots on the weed membrane last year, and I got a fantastic crop. And With most of them only being second earlies anyway, they're not going to grow massively because you're going to be harvesting them before they've got to the, you know, the full potential size. You're going to harvest them small, so they don't really need, you know, the extra benefit of being into the soil of a bed. Those, Nick, let me just put that in before I forget. So again, these are my blue Danube. Now ordinarily I would only put 2 seed potatoes in, but because if you look, that's only got 1 sprout, and so's that. So basically, if you only have like 3 sprouts, you might as well put 3 potatoes in because you're only going to get 3 stems. But like a normal seed potato, like so, you've got multiple stalks, chits and shoots. So therefore, you don't need to put as many in. But when you're limited like this, when they for some reason only produce a couple of sprouts or even 1, then I'm going to need to put 3 in. Otherwise, I'll get a very poor crop. So exactly the same again. Pushing those in within about 1 inch of the bottom. Put some more of the soil in. A little bit more in. A bit more of the fertiliser. Pinch of the special potato fertiliser. Giving it a good mix in. And that's that. So again, like I said, all I'm going to do is when they start to sprout through and maybe get about that tall, I'll just earth up round the stems and fill the pot completely to the top. And then that's how they'll just keep growing. And because they're on the floor like this outside, I can judge how heavy they are and how, you know, so I can decide how much water they're going to need, because when they're in the beds and you can't, if you lift them up, they'll pull the roots out, you see. So anyway, we'll get them all planted out, show you what it looks like, and then that'll be about it. There we go, folks, that's all my pots planted out now. I might do a few more. I've got a few seed potatoes left, only enough for 2 pots, so pretty much planted out now. So I've got 3 varieties. Jazzy, new variety to me, supposed to be really good. Nicola, old favourite. Blue Danube, my main crop, just for roast really. Again, all just grown in free soil that I've collected from the molehills, and I'll mix with the sharp sand, which I had absolutely tons of anyway. I've kept my seeds from last year apart from the Jazzy, so they've not cost me anything. The soil's not cost me anything, and I've only probably used £1 or 2's worth of fertiliser maximum. So basically this crop is almost free, which is always good in these days of cost cutting and stuff. So we'll see how we get on with the soil. If it's as good as last year, I'll be happy. I put all my eggs in one basket. I've grown them all in the same mixture, so first time I've ever done it in this way for the whole lot. So we'll see how we get on. Anyway, folks, that's about it. See you later.